It's time for Down on the Corner with Dale Hoffman, North Arkansas's premier news talk program. Brought to you by Brewed Awakening Coffee, with 3 locations to serve you. Baxter Regional Medical Center lobby, Highway 62 412 at Balmer Boulevard, and the Walmart East Plaza. And now, Down on the Corner.
Good morning, North Central Arkansas and Southern Missouri. It is Tuesday, March 5th, 2019,
Whoop-whoop.
and it is 7 a.m.
It's chilly again this morning,
It's
Margaret.
cold, Scooter. It's cold. What are we going to do to convince you? It is cold outside.
I will say that. It was cold this morning. I'll give you that.
Now, I'm sure with 13 degrees, that's cold.
It's not bad.
Scooter.
Yesterday,
This is Arkansas, not Anchorage, Alaska.
Yesterday, we had a wind chill of 0, and it's like, what's your temperature? We don't have one. We just
Well, that's
don't.
what it is in Watford City, North Dakota right now. It's 0.
Well, good for them.
But now, Tim Tibbs over at KTLO asked a good question yesterday.
Okay.
What
Tim,
was-
that's a good question.
Well,
okay.
considering.
I love him to death, but all
If
right,
it's
let's go
0
from there.
in Watford City, North Dakota, it's going to be twice as cold tomorrow. How cold will it be?
Twice cold 0. That's a good point.
Yeah, it's a good point.
That's
If
a good
it's
point.
0 and it's going to be twice as cold tomorrow, how cold will it be?
There you go.
There you go. Anyway,
They're
good morning.
getting a 20% heat increase. What's it going to take it to?
At 0 degrees, they're probably, yahoo, we get to work today. Caleb called me yesterday that, it was a minus 31 wind chill up there.
Why would you even go there at that? They wait for the summer.
Money.
And that was a warm front went through. It was
Yeah,
28
probably,
the
yeah.
day before.
What, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, it was minus 40 actual air temp. It was minus 40. Remember that it was on a Thursday. But
Yeah,
2 or 3
I do
weeks.
remember that.
That's horrible. Anyway, good
I
morning.
went up to Minnesota one time, and they were hitting like a record minus 40-something degrees, and they're driving out on the lakes and stuff, and,
Yeah.
they're just nuts. But I go down there with my diesel, and I know I got to get winter diesel, because you don't want it to freeze up. Woke up next morning, my truck is froze solid. And they had to come and tow it in and thaw out my truck. I'm like, I got winter diesel. No, when it gets this cold, you got to get Arctic diesel.
Yep.
I'm like, that is just nuts.
Crazy, huh?
They can have it.
Bitter cold. Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome down on the corner program. Dale Hoffman, your host, along with Scooter Callis. And our guest today is going to be Baxter County Judge Mickey Pendergrass here in just a few minutes, and hope your morning's off to a great start. I'm seeing some sunlight out that front door. This kind of looks west-northwest, so I'm seeing some pretty sunlight.
I really don't care unless it brings heat with it.
I'm ready.
No, I don't mind. I love the cold weather. So I'm
You can
fine.
have it. You can have it. You can have it. Anyway, I'm enjoying Brewed Awakening Coffee. You can do the same thing. As sure Jacqueline said in the introduction, 3 locations to serve you. Balmer Boulevard, which is 703, is going to be kind of busy right now between now and 8 o'clock. Of course, we got 62 East Plaza. Then we got Baxter Regional Medical Center lobby, and Mike and his staff will do a great job to give you what you want, any type of coffee, blend, flavor, you name it, they've got it. How were the cinnamon rolls yesterday?
Did we had good cinnamon rolls? Did you see those? They're huge.
Big.
They're awesome.
They're big.
And we're
Check.
talking about them in front of Mickey. And
Yeah, why
we
was
don't
that
have any.
yesterday?
Yeah, Dale.
Guess what it's going to cost me to go
And
get
why
my
are you
posters for
bringing
the
it?
Capitol
And
Mickey
why
Mouse?
are you bringing it up in front of him now?
Kind of the carrot in front of the horse's nose. Anyway, check out Brewed Awakening Coffee. 3 locations to serve you. And if you're not drinking Brewed Awakening, you're just drinking muddy water. The best coffee in town, Brewed Awakening. And, of course, the morning prayer is brought to you by Roller Funeral Homes right here in Mountain Home and across the state. 29 Roller Funeral Homes in Arkansas to serve you, with 1 in Memphis, Tennessee. And right here in Mountain Home, Bruce, Charlotte, Chris, Brad, total professionals. And I can't say enough good things about these folks and how they work to help you in a time of need, whether it's an emergency or a passing of a loved one after a long anticipated, they pass because they've had an illness, and it's just, it's coming, you just don't know what day. Happened to me. It's not easy, but Roller Funeral Homes and their professionalism and their caring and their understanding makes it a whole lot easier. So when the need arises, Roller Funeral Homes, with all our respect. Let's pause now for the morning prayer. Heavenly Father, shoved back in the not-so-popular news is the fact that a lot of people in Alabama and Georgia are hurting. Tornadoes destroyed many lives on Sunday and many people died. Yet it's still winter. It's cold not only here, but in Alabama and Georgia. And Lord, these people affected by the storms are homeless, cold, and confused. My prayer today is you give these people hope, give them peace. And Lord, I pray you protect us from severe storms this season. Protect our homes, property, and loved ones. And that's my prayer today. Amen. Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas bring you morning prayer each and every day with all our respect. Roller Funeral Homes.
And now,
Ooh, what happened to that last note?
I think Mickey could do a better job.
Can you do a
with
better
this.
job than that?
Not on live TV, no.
Morning weather brought to you by the Z Team. Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z Team for all your real estate needs. Century 21 Lemac Real Estate. Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z Team, 870-405-0793, retired2arkansas.net. We're going to check that morning live cam. Looking at, oh my goodness, look at that. Can you imagine when it finally gets green and warm, how pretty that's going to be?
You
Look
know,
at that river.
you know what's going to happen? We got time change coming. It's all going to be dark. We look at it in the morning, at least for a little while.
They got the Nighthawk lens on it.
There you go. There you go.
So you can see that would be looking, I'm going to say it's looking more north than northeast because you can see the sun.
You want me to, here, I'll put this is a still picture showing where everything's at. Yeah. So kind of get an idea from the White River to the.
You see the bridge, the horizon at Missouri, Mountain Home, Cotter, the White River, of course. Beautiful shot right there.
And here it is.
And that's the actual live cam at 7:06, coming up on 7:07 from. Actually, the camera's mounted in Marion County, looking into Baxter County, Arkansas, right there into Cotter. And so the morning live cam brought to you by the Z Team, Bob and Linda Zadora, for all your real estate needs. Give them a call today.
Hey, you can keep an eye out for the Eagles.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Did they ever fly through there?
Yeah, yeah.
Been there.
Yeah.
We were watching it the other day, and you saw the boats coming through and stuff, so that's pretty cool.
It's a good time of the year to go catch big browns. I'm surprised there's not any out there fishing big brown.
There's the big brown caught. Was it in Missouri or Arkansas?
Every day.
Huh?
This time of year, every day they catch them.
Yep.
Somebody caught a pretty good size one. I saw.
Oh, that was up in Taneycomo, yeah.
Taneycomo, yeah. Okay, I thought it was Missouri.
He had a name. What was the name of that? Andrew. What's the fish's name?
Oh, I don't know. Anyway, live cam brought to you by the Z Team. Bob and Linda Zadora for all your real estate needs. Give them a call at 870-405-0793. Check out the website, retired2arkansas.net.
And you can actually go to their website and look at this anytime.
You bet. Right now we got 13 degrees in Mountain Home. It's 11 degrees in Harrison, 16 at Hardy. Mountain View also at 16. It's 13 at Yellville, 16 at Marshall. Calico Rock checks in at 13. We're kind of going back and forth here, 3 degrees here. Calico Rock at 13. Around the region, St. Louis checks in at 12. Poplar Bluff at 15. Branson, is it March? Branson at 10. West Plains at 9. Watford City at 0. My goodness. These temperatures are terrible. And I want to bring up this map right here, Scooter, before we go to the other screens. This is the severe outlook for Saturday, brought to you by Weather Nation, of course, courtesy of Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z Team. The severe outlook stretches all the way to the Missouri-Iowa line, includes St. Louis, Springfield, Joplin, Poplar Bluff, all of Arkansas, all of Mississippi, most of Alabama, western Tennessee, eastern Texas, and all of Louisiana, eastern Oklahoma, parts of Kansas. So they say it's a 15% chance right now of severe weather, so just a heads up. I'm not trying to scare people. I'm just saying this is what they're showing on the computer models. All right, ready to change screens once again, Scott.
Yep, go ahead.
National radar doesn't show a whole lot. Of course, California, they're either burning or flooding or sliding or something like that. So now we got more rain coming into west central California. And that's pretty much it. Maybe a little bit in Arizona that's not picking up much on the national radar. I think a little bit there in Colorado, a little bit in Utah. Mainly what came through the other day in the form of snow on Sunday morning is now over on the East Coast and parts of Florida, all the way back into the Gulf of Mexico, affecting southeast Georgia, southeast South Carolina, and southeast and southern North Carolina, moving off into the ocean. Illinois, Missouri, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Tennessee all look clear. Well, they're a little bit coming in on, looks like north of Nashville. Anyway, we'll check that Little Rock stop real quick. Everything clear in Arkansas right now. Highway 62, 412 east and west. Little Rock to Branson on Highway 65 looks good. Little Rock, Batesville, Little Rock to Poplar Bluff on 67, 167 highways. And then your interstates 30, 40, 49, 55, and 555 in Arkansas look good. And we'll back up here and we'll check out the St. Louis stop real quick. I-44 coming in from Rolla to St. Louis. It's in good shape. I-70 east to St. Louis, then St. Louis east to Vandalia and Effingham, Illinois. In pretty good shape right there. I-64 East St. Louis, Illinois to Mount Vernon. Not bad at all. I-55 coming in from Sykeston, Cape Girardeau into St. Louis. Looks good. And I-70. I did 70 already, didn't I? Did I do 44? Rolla to St. Louis. Looks good. Then you can see Interstate 24 coming in from Paducah, Kentucky. It junctions Interstate 57, goes to Carbondale, Mount Vernon, on up to Champaign-Urbana in the state of Illinois. It looks like Illinois is doing pretty good this morning as well. Southwest Missouri, we'll check that stop real quick. Joplin, Springfield, back to Tulsa, all the way to Lebanon. Not bad at all. Kansas City, I-70, Columbia, pretty good shape there. Not too much going on there. Let's see what we got. In the forecast maps, the southern part of the country, Texas, southern Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, parts North Carolina, northern Florida, have a freeze warning. And there is a hard freeze warning right here in east central Texas into the middle part of Louisiana. It's kind of weird down there to have that kind of cold weather, but it's cold all the way down to the Gulf, folks. So there it is. There's your freeze warning maps right there. Nothing for northern Arkansas, southern Missouri right now. 7-day forecast looks like this. Today, sunny, high of 37, low tonight 17. Tomorrow, sunny, high of 44 with a low of 28. Then on Thursday, a 20% chance of showers in the afternoon, partly sunny, then slight chance of showers, a high of 47. Woo! My thermometer won't know how to act getting up that high on the gauge. Thursday night, it goes from a 40% to a 70% chance of showers, low of 38. It warms up as it rains. Friday, 56 degrees with a 50% chance of showers. Friday night is going to be continuing raining at 60% chance at a low of 46. Saturday, 80% chance of showers with a high of 64. Ooh. And of course, we'll check the drought monitors because that's what we do. And of course, with all the rain and everything coming through, Arkansas, Missouri with no drought situations at all. iDrive Arkansas, you can get on your computer, go to iDrive Arkansas, and you can check out the road conditions. Everything here is clear. Anywhere there's a blue circle X indicates there was some problems with low water bridges or crossings or something like that. For instance, right here, high water at Jackson County on Highway 37. But then again, they haven't updated this since February 10th, so we can just, come on, people. February 10th? That's a month ago. Anyway, they haven't updated. Boy, let's give out some good information. Anyway, when you're on iDrive Arkansas, you can check your border states by clicking on the state of your choice, Mississippi, Tennessee, Missouri, Oklahoma, Texas, or Louisiana. Take a look at Missouri Department of Transportation. Highway 63 going north of Columbia towards Macon, Kirksville, just south of Lancaster, Missouri. They're mostly clear but partly covered. Mexico, Missouri, and over in the northeast part of Missouri with a little bit there. Overall, Missouri's not bad at all. Well, thanks.
There you go.
Yep. Once again, the morning weather is brought to you by the Z-Team. Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z-Team, for all your real estate needs. 870-405-0793. RetireToArkansas.net. Two good friends, and I tell you what, just you need to sell a house, buy a house, call Bob and Linda. Cut and dry. Century 21 Lemac Real Estate for all your real estate needs with the Z-Team, Bob and Linda. Community calendar time.
There you go.
Brought to you by Old Time Restaurant on the Square in Mountain Home. Best breakfast, best lunch in town, Monday through Friday, 7 to 2, Saturday till 11 a.m.
You got that down pat?
Yep.
Today is Tuesday. We got 2 pancakes, 2 sausage or bacon, eggs, all for $5.88. And for lunch, we got Kimmy's famous meatloaf, homemade meatloaf. She does a great job with that. Comes with 2 sides, roll of cornbread, all for $6.88. Can't beat it. Go in and give Amanda a hard time. Tell him Mickey told you to give him a hard time.
Blame it on the judge.
We're blaming on Mickey this time.
You're going to be in trouble.
They take good care of me, so you be careful there, guys.
Look at this. If I go to the widescreen, look what happens. Hey, now the show looks better.
In whose opinion? At least I shaved today. Old time.
That didn't help.
Old Time Restaurant on the Square Mountain Home. They bring you the community calendar each and every day. Tonight, there's a Mardi Gras party at St. Andrew's Episcopal Church at 511 Coley Drive. Cajun dinner, beverages, desserts, music by Chaotic Entertainment, dancing, auctions, raffles, revelry. Invite your neighbors to join you. $20 tickets, $20 each for tickets. Call 425-3560 if you have any questions, and they're going to start it at 6 and until they drop. How's that?
There you go.
All right. The Arkansas State University Truck Party fundraiser is Thursday, the 7th. $60 ticket includes dinner, buffet dinner, prizes, and entertainment. It's at the McClure Convention Center at the Shed. For tickets, go to www.theshed.com or call 870-508-6105.
They've got tons and tons of prizes
goodness.
They give away at that thing.
This is a fundraiser supporting the Arkansas State University Mountain Home Foundation. Truck donated by Yelcott Communications. Paint and customizations by Pirate Nation Customs. So be sure to get your tickets. Time's running out because that's on the 7th. I bet they're running low on tickets, but they're about sold out. And this was laying on the desk this morning, so let's take a look at this. This is brought to you by the Calico Rock Heritage Museum and Visitor Center, the Trivia and $1 Sliders Night, March 15th, starting at 6 p.m. Gather your friends and put your thinking hats on. Join us Friday, March 15th at 6 for a fun-filled night of trivia and $1 sliders at the Printing Press Cafe. All ages encouraged. $1 sliders will be served with beans and coleslaw. Teams of 4 for $20, individual $7 each. For more information, give them a call at 870-297-6100. All proceeds go towards our after-school adventures and science student program and new museum exhibits. That'll be fun. You good at trivia?
Yeah, I'm pretty decent.
Yeah?
Pretty decent.
What subject matter? All
Recess.
Recess.
And food.
Food. I'm good at food.
Anyway, Community Counter brought to you by Old Time Restaurant on the Square in Mountain Home, Monday through Friday, 7 to 2, Saturday till 11 o'clock. Check them out. Time for a quick break. Baxter County Judge Mickey Pendergrass is our guest today, so we'll be right back.
The best breakfast or lunch in the Twin Lakes area? Then you've got to come to the Old Time Restaurant. Voted the best breakfast and lunch for 2011, the Old Time Restaurant not only gives you the Southern hospitality right when you walk in the door, they also offer scrumptious breakfast options to curb that early morning appetite. Or stop in later in the day for a tasty sandwich, salad, or a daily special. If a sweet tooth is your guilty pleasure, you can't go wrong with the Pie Lady cooking out over 30 different types of pies. That's the Old Time Restaurant located on the square in Mountain Home.
Our old burger was only 7 ounces, but now it's 8 with brioche bun and pickles. Comes with its own steak knife, it's really that big. Your best competition is always yourself. Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. Oh, baby, Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. We're focused on one thing, burgers, ribs, fajitas. Just that one thing, burgers, ribs, and fajitas. We're reeling in our menu because it got out of hand. We had a moment of self-actualization. Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. Oh, baby, Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back.
Do you know where your money goes when you give to charity? At the Salvation Army, 85 cents of every dollar stays to help those in need in our local community. Hi, I'm Captain Spaulding. The money we raise help people in the surrounding 5 counties, including Baxter, Marion, Sharp, Izzard, and Fulton. You can help by donating your unwanted items and by shopping at the Salvation Army store. Those in need get assistance with rent, utilities, sending kids to camp, and many other things. When it comes to this charity, the Salvation Army always helps those in our community.
Whether you're a professional lawnscape contractor or a homeowner in need of quality lawn equipment, Moran's Lawn & Garden has you covered. Moran's is the longest originally owned lawn and garden business in Mountain Home, with a 5,700 square foot warehouse packed full of new current year inventory for all your lawn maintenance needs. Moran stocks a full line of factory parts, and they service everything they sell, offering top names like Grasshopper, Hustler, and Country Clipper. Moran stands behind their quality service with thousands of customers using their products daily. Moran's Lawn & Garden, servicing the entire Twin Lakes area.
When I grow up, I want to save lives, like a superhero, and show up when people needed me.
When I grow up, I want to do animations. I want to create characters that can fly.
No matter what it is you want out of life, there is a path to get there.
When I grow up, I don't know what I want to do when I grow up, but I know I want to go to college.
Arkansas State University Mountain Home. Take your first step at asumh.edu.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detailed services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
7:20. We want to welcome back to the studio our County Judge Mickey Pendergrass. Hey, Ben.
Good.
You were away
Yes.
last month, and whole bunch of meetings. Of course, first of the year.
Yes.
And, it gets busy.
I was down in Little Rock, the judges' conference, getting started and prepared for the legislative session, which is going with some other judges trying to cause trouble, and we're usually pretty successful.
Yeah, you were raising a little ruckus down there.
Yeah, we have our conference and discuss different things and ongoing, and of course we have a legislative package and we were pushing that, but we had a trip over to that Monday. We took a trip over to the Capitol, and many of us, I guess about 2/3 of the county judges across the state, plus several others, gathered in the second floor of the rotunda of the Capitol, and that's when we released this 911 reform package, which we'd been working on through our association and many efforts the last couple of years, and now it's in the middle of the legislative committee meetings getting started to try to get it through. So we had a big deal. We looked good. We was on TV live and recorded, and sometime etched out, with pictures with our representatives and senators, and it was quite a deal. But yeah, that's where we was at. Looked like the Leanne and Mike took good care of me while I was gone. I got to see part of it from my hotel room that morning.
Good. Yep. Well, legislative session wise, I thought I got to reading one of the bills, and I thought, wait a minute. Wait a minute. We need roads in North Arkansas. We need all kinds of tax reform, all this. And there's one, I'm not going to mention her name, but I sent her an email and I opened the lineup. Are you nuts? Daylight savings time bill.
What's wrong with it?
She won't end it.
We do need to end it.
No.
People need to get.
I'm with you.
And people need to quit letting the government control their mind. It's a mind game. It's the same thing. If I show up here at 7 o'clock, by the way, that starts next week. You know that.
I know. Yeah, I'm looking.
It'll be 6 o'clock next month.
That's fine with me.
But you just
it's kind of weird driving to work.
It's a mind game.
Huh?
I remember when it started. I've got some stories about that back in the 60s in Missouri, and it didn't go over so well with some of the old timers, but they learned right quick they had to catch on if they was going to keep up with the rest of the world. But you remember, you talking about trivia a while ago, you remember what state that refused to hold daylight savings time for the majority of the time that it's been in existence?
Oh, for long. Well, I don't think Arizona participates now because of the heat.
They never did.
No.
The one state which really boggles things. But
Indiana.
Anyway, where was we before we got started on this, man?
We were talking about.
You were in the Capitol.
You're in the Capitol. I'm going to raise the records out.
And we stay tuned on that in the legislative session. You got off on some legislation. Yes, there are some special things that people try to do, and it does boggle the mind at times. You look down and say, why is this important? And the argument. I watched last week the debate in committee on renaming the star and the flag for Arkansas, and I said, "Are you kidding me?"
Yeah.
We've got all these issues going on and things that's important, and we're going to get mad at each other and fight and cause hard feelings over this discussion, which should never have happened. But anyway. Now, so that just makes it this partisan politics that we have going on throughout the state and the nation is just they need to govern instead of fighting. So
yeah, the Uniform
that's
Time
what
Act
that
in
cost.
1966. They signed it on April 12, 1966 is when the official. I remember it though all throughout childhood. Time change. You don't bother me. I like the longer daylight.
I forget you're just a child.
Thank you. I'm not getting old then. What do you think about this proposed 3 cent a gallon gasoline tax?
Well, it passed the House yesterday. We stand to, in the county government, benefit hugely from that. That's going to be shared with the counties and the cities. It's 3 cent gas and 6 cent diesel at the wholesale level, and that's the second leg
so
of the 3 leg.
It's not going to be that bad at the
No,
point.
it's at the wholesale level. It's 3 cent on gas, 6 cent on diesel, and it did pass the House yesterday. I think it was quite a discussion on the floor. I didn't watch it. I was talking to one of the governor's aides yesterday afternoon, and he was telling me about it. But That is a helpful benefit, and of course that's one of the moves that you make in state government when you're legislative, when you're governor, executive branch, and you want to pass something. If you share it with your counties and your cities, you get a lot of support right off the bat, and that's the way highway funding is. And most people, I'm in the business, and I don't understand how the highway department is funded. It's not funded out of the county, the state general, just like our funds at the road and bridge, the county department. We have dedicated funds that if we don't spend it for something other than maintenance of roads and bridges or affiliated to that, they write us up and they call us out on the carpet, because I've been there, done that, thinking I was doing the right thing. So, but we have to correct it. So they're separately funded, and it has to have its own revenue, and they're way behind the 8 ball with all the roads of miles. And I was watching the testimony of Mr. Scott Bennett, the director of the highway department, last week, and he was talking about some of this when he was talking about, they don't have the kind of money in reserves they need, even though they have money in reserves to match, to get federal monies to come in to match it to do these federal road projects. Down in Newton County and down in some of those areas, they have a lot of slides, and they don't have enough reserve money because you got to go fix them now. And you got to have the funds which to do that. So they're trying to work on that too, as well as upgrade.
Well, back years ago, I was talking when Mark Darr was lieutenant governor, and they instituted the 1.5 sales tax on the roads back in 14. How much was that tax? Remember?
Half cent.
Was it half cent?
Mm-hmm.
And
that's we need to go there too when you get through with this.
And I said, I'm for this as long as you quit paving I-40 between Conway and Little Rock and fix West Memphis for the they've been working on West Memphis since 1965,
Yeah.
Both on I-55 and 40.
They're always working on something there at West Memphis, and now it's, between Fayetteville and Bella Vista, they seem like they're always working and expanding, and they have made some good decisions over there, which is helpful. But
and then I-49 hasn't even been started from Fort Smith down to Louisiana line.
No, and you bear in mind a lot of that is federal funds.
Oh yeah, probably 80%.
And what the state has to have. I sat down last August in Senator Bozeman's office with about 4 of my other county judges and some other people. And I personally asked him something about, continue to fund the highways in Arkansas. And he looked at me and he kind of put me on the spot, and he was right. He said, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, last year, this would have been 2017, we were able to get in our package and send Arkansas more money for their highways than what Arkansas could match to get. You remember that discussion? Because that's exactly what happened. The federal government had appropriated enough for interstate and federal highways, but the state has to match 20 or 25% of that. The state didn't have it.
Yeah.
So they couldn't get all that federal money in here to do those interstates, and that's part of this process as well. But the highway funding actually has 3 legs, and we've mentioned 2 of them. The half-cent sales tax, which passed, I believe, in 2012.
12 or 14? Yeah, it may have been 12, yeah.
No, it's 14 is when it started.
Okay, so I had to go in, it was 12 then, yeah, in the election.
That half-cent was a special tax for special improvement projects. The way highway funding works in a situation like that, and the way these new packages are working, except for one of them, the DFNA and the agencies that handle the money get a little commission off the top of all that revenue that comes in. Then after that, the Highway Department of Arkansas, RDOT, gets 70% of the revenue. The counties get 15% and the cities get 15%. This is the way all new revenue going forward is, and in the past has been split, and that's this half-cent sales tax. This year, I project that Baxter County will receive $650,000 off of that half-cent sales tax alone. But when it passed for the people back in 12 or 14, I know this, it sunsets in 2023 because it had a 10-year limit on it. So 2023 is the last year as it sets down. But we're getting between $600,000 and $650,000 to Baxter County Road and Bridge Department.
And that helps.
Off that half cent.
Yeah.
we're not overly funded in Baxter County on our road department, and so that $650,000 makes a huge difference.
Sure does.
Before I took office, they used to be, but when I was on the quorum court, we did this. We shared a certain percentage of the sales tax revenue and the county general with road and bridge to keep them funded, to keep the new construction, etc. We haven't done that since I've been in office. We've shared no sales tax in Baxter County, or Baxter County sales tax, with the road and bridge department. So that $600,000. It started out just under $500,000 in the first year. It's gone up that much.
And see, with sales tax,
and it's a huge income for us.
Anybody buys something in Arkansas, they pay the sales tax. So it's not just on Arkansans. You know, when tourism comes in, and when tourism is good and they spend money, boom, there's more money in the coffers.
So there,
excuse me.
The three legs for the highway funding. One that has passed, I believe it's passed. They're going to access the first $25 million of revenue on the new casinos that passed in this last election that's being built now. They're going to divert $25 million of the revenue off of that into the Arkansas Department of Transportation. The counties and cities do not share with that money. That's straight for the highway department. What's in this, I think, going to the Senate and passed the House yesterday was the 3 cents and the 6 cents on the wholesale level of gas and fuel, which will be shared with all of us that have road departments, cities and counties. The third leg is a ballot initiative to put on next year's ballot to renew the half-cent sales tax and make it permanent. It's what we pay now, and that is one of the proposals to get it out there, and we'll have to sell it. People have to. It was voted on by the people before when it overwhelmingly passed everywhere but Baxter County, and we and 5 other counties, I think. But along the state, it passed with a large margin, and we're going to ask that they renew that. That is shared with us. If it does not pass, after my time and in the future road departments of Baxter County, that's going to be a huge hit. Yep. But that's going to be on the ballot for next year.
Before we go, we got to take a break here in just a second. I got one quick question. Have you talked to the highway department on why in earth they went on that Highway 5 South
How did I
bridge
know this was fixing to come?
And grind up the road and leave all the potholes?
I don't know. I don't get involved in their plans and improvements. When we use a grinder, we usually follow it up, but we don't very seldom get to use a grinder.
I've never seen a highway department generate potholes.
There's some reasons, some of the madness, but no, they'll have to explain that.
Huh? Right there at 5, right there. You turn left off of Cardinal and get that bridge right there at Hick Street. Nobody.
They'll fix it.
He's driven the city streets up north. He knows what bad streets are.
Yeah, that's not a bad street, buddy.
Anyway, time for a break. 7:33. Be right back.
Why would I recommend Hospice of the Ozarks? Because I know the people that work there. I know their hearts. And I know that their desire is to help people with the suffering and the anxiety and the things that can come with either terminal diagnosis or a terminal condition. We want them to have a peace of heart and to have a comfort and to know that someone's there to help them through that so they can enjoy the time that they have.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do. And they also send me a report after all the work is done, so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
When you need durable and comfortable hospital scrubs stat, you need the Uniform Shop. The Uniform Shop is the place for top quality uniforms, carrying a great selection of name brands including Carhartt, Cherokee, and Gray's Anatomy, as well as shoes from Clogs, Softwalk, and Landau, stethoscopes from Littman, blood pressure cuffs, scissors, name tag retractable, compression socks, paramedic BDUs, and Rocky boots. The Uniform Shop also offers customizing, embroidery, as well as minor alterations. Let us put you in uniforms. Shop the Uniform Shop. Take a step. Almost 7:36. Visiting with Mickey Pendergrass, Baxter County Judge, and we've been talking roads and everything else. And so, what else was going on in the state legislature that affects the counties?
Well, what we met in the rotunda for, I was talking about a while ago, was to announce our new 911 Reform Act, and it's been needed for many years. It's called the Public Safety Act of 2019. And there's a lot of discussion. It has now been introduced. It has been assigned a number in the House. Local sponsors, Representative Michelle Gray right down here in Izard County, and Senator Jason Rappert from out of Faulkner County in that area as our main sponsors. We're trying to get as many co-sponsors. 911 has been underfunded since its inception, and it has gotten worse because 911 was supposed to be funded off of our landline phones. Well, guess what? This is what we have now. If you do a poll of your audience out there, how many of you still have a landline phone?
None of them out here.
80-90% of them said, no, mine's gone. Well, I still have one. I'm old. But I don't know why I get those robocalls off of it and all those calls from those places that I don't give to. But anyway, the funding has gone down, and counties have been spending $25 million across Arkansas. All 75 counties have had to put that much money, $25 million, out of their county general and other funds to keep 911. It has also not been properly operated in a lot of the counties. It's not operated as a 911 system. The people of Baxter County can be grateful. What I inherited at 911 was a great system. They did it right the first time, and we've done nothing but try to improve it, and I think we've done a lot of that. We've spent a lot of money because we were able to pocket some funds, and now we have brand new equipment and headed for next generation 911. Make a lot of services offered and operate it as a 911 center. But that $25 million is breaking counties. We were spending $350,000 out of this county. We have manipulated the budget and got that down some, but we still need this help. So that's what this reform package is for. It's going to remove, you have 3 fees on your landline phones, those that still have them. They're going to go away if this passes. You have 1 or 2 little fees on your cell phone. They will disappear, and then you'll have 1 fee come back on every device. I think it's $2.25 a month, which is less than what you're paying now on landlines. For any device that can contact 911, that will put another $18 million growth in revenue to 911 systems. 911 systems have what's called a PSAP, a Public Safety Answering Point. So where you have a 911 call center, you have a PSAP. We have 75 counties in Arkansas. We have 127 PSAPs. That's too many. We've got PSAPs in cities no bigger than Gassville, some of them smaller.
Really?
And they get funding just like Baxter County does for $41,000. Baxter County averages around 43,000 calls a year in our 911 center. Those call centers will be good if they have to handle
43,000 a year?
A year in our center. And if you take in a disasters like when the mini tornado and high windstorm went to Mountain Home, hit Baxter Mountain over by the hospital across the north side of town, out across Lake Norfolk and Gamaliel, we were getting 300 to 400 calls an hour. So that's how important this center is. And what's even more important is when you call 911, in today's technology, you expect the phone not only to be answered, but you'd expect it to be answered immediately.
Yeah.
And you expect it to be answered at the proper location so that you can get the help that you deserve or that you need at the time, and they're not transferred from center to center and trying to get you the right location so they can get you the first responders or whatever else it is you need. That's where we're trying to get this down. It's going to cut that 127 number of PSAPs down to 77 over a matter of a few years. It's also going to, if projections are correct, put about $12 million in what is called AWIN, the Arkansas Wireless Information Network. When we have a disaster in our area or anywhere area in the state, the Arkansas Department of Emergency Management has a radio system called AWIN that we can talk off of repeater towers, and we can talk by radio to Little Rock, to Adams Control Center, to the disaster center. If we need help, we call them. They'll find it for us. That's the connections we have. We have AWIN radios. I have one in my vehicle. We have one in the OEM's vehicle. We have them handhelds that we can assign if we have a disaster in our 911 center. We have access to that. We're just going to pump $12 million. That system needs to be upgraded as well. Need more repeaters. Need better radios. So it's going to. And the third part of this is it's going to help broadband in rural areas, which we really need too.
Okay. For folks that don't know, 911 is not just, remember the days you hit 0, operator, I need the police, or operator, I need the, you know. When we hit 911, let's say we have an auto accident, and you dial 911, what happens? And how many people worked that one call? If I hit 911 right now, I've had an auto accident.
Well, that's a good example of where the technology is going, and it really helps us. We're getting the technology, and we have new equipment, and we can basically do that now. When you have an auto accident today, somebody misses a curve at Pigeon Creek Bridge, which is terrible cell service. Somebody goes to the top of the hill and calls 911. Gives their location, what they saw, and they get the information, 911, what's your emergency? They immediately, as the operator is on the phone with the caller, what you're seeing, there will be 6 to 10 more calls hit that same tower on the same incident now because of cell phones. And she's on, or he or she is on the phone with the current caller, and this information is being transferred to their seatmate across the room, who is dispatching first responders, whether it's Mountain Home or Clark Ridge first responders, depending on which side of the bridge you're on, or maybe both. And then is there a need for an ambulance? Is there a need? And then they need to transfer it to the Sheriff's Department and the Highway Police. All that is taking place while she's on the phone with you. And the partner, and we have 3 full-time seats in the 911 center. One of them is dedicated to the City of Mountain Home Emergency Services. One of them is primary services to dedicate with the law enforcement, like Cotter, Gassville, Norfolk, Lakeview, those that have outside law enforcement for other little towns. And then the other one is dedicated for the rural fire departments. But they interchange. When times get busy, if the fire department needs to go out, and vice versa, so they have to, but they can see on the screen, they can watch what either is doing, and it's really, it's just hard to explain. It's always an exciting tour when I take somebody through that center and they're amazed at the technology we have. We're very proud of it. We're constantly upgrading it. We've just signed a partnership with the Independence County, Batesville area. When they get their new equipment, we already have ours, and we get a trunk line between us. We're going to be partners, and we can host each other. We can host other counties. If we go down, we can dispatch for them and vice versa. There's a lot of things in works.
So you're networking with
Baxter County is a pioneer in this. We started out with Marion County. They have this same system, and it happened once not too long, back in January. Just automatically happened. We were dispatching for them, didn't even know anything had happened. They didn't either, but their calls were being taken care of. But that's the kind of systems we're going to, and we were the first county to go full-blown in it. Now White County has it, Independence County get it, Searcy County has it, and we're trying to get others to break the kind of the bottleneck that's cost us so much money in 911. But this legislation is to reform a lot of that, and there's a lot of good things working on it. And I apologize for not having the number that's assigned to, because it just got assigned and I hadn't got that memorized yet, but that's what it does. We have 911 centers in Arkansas that do not have broadband internet. And in 2019, if you don't have broadband internet, you're behind. And there's so many things in technology and services that go forward. That's why this bill is going to pump $8 million a year into that project, because the federal and state contracts that have been going out to these big providers that will set up broadband network for you, well, guess where they want to run it to? They're not running it to my house 8 miles south of town on 201. They're running it to town where everybody lives. So I'm not getting broadband networks. And my hat's off to the North Arkansas Electric Co-op, because they have taken the initiative. Yep. And thank Mr. Coleman, if you see him, for that, and all their people, because we're going to take broadband to all of our customers in the next 5 years. They have made a huge investment. I will eventually, because of that, within the next probably 4 years, have broadband internet at my house, which means cable TV and all that. They have made that commitment. Rural electric cooperatives are doing that. But the AT&Ts of the world and some of these big providers, they could care less about us that live out in the sticks. There's not enough of us. They can't get a recovery, but they're taking my government money to put into broadband, but they're not running it to me. And that's what we're hoping to help address that question, especially to 911 centers. That's important.
Yep. 7:46, quick break. Be right back. Back in time when going to a barbershop meant more than just getting a haircut. Come into Legionnaire's Barbershop today, a unique gentleman barbershop. Get back in style from a former celebrity hairstylist and a licensed barber instructor who are trained in tonsorial arts and lock removal and happy to give you a straight razor shave. Legionnaire's Barbershop is veteran-owned and operated and located at 848 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. For a full, old-fashioned barbershop experience, stop by Legionnaire Barbershop today.
At Connor Family Funeral Home, our goal is to provide our friends and neighbors with caring, compassionate services at an affordable price. Connor Family is a full-service funeral home that offers a wide range of services to meet your family's needs and customs. We are the first on-site crematory in the area and provide many options to memorialize your loved ones and address all the details for a more personalized service. Where compassion and affordability meet, Connor Family Funeral Home in Mountain Home.
Your car is a member of the family. It takes you where you need to go, and it makes sure you are safe at all times. When a wreck or accident happens, trust the only place that will treat you and your vehicle like a person, not a number. From collision repair and windshield replacement to paintless dent repair and hail damage removal, Dent Boys can cover all your automotive repair needs and make sure you are satisfied every step of the way. Call or visit the professionals at Dent Boys today and see the Dent Boys difference.
If you want the best breakfast or lunch in the Twin Lakes area, then you've got to come to the Old Time Restaurant. Voted the best breakfast and lunch for 2011, the Old Time Restaurant not only gives you the Southern hospitality right when you walk in the door, they also offer scrumptious breakfast options to curb that early morning appetite. Or stop in later in the day for a tasty sandwich, salad, or a daily special. If a sweet tooth is your guilty pleasure, you can't go wrong with the Pie Lady cooking out over 30 different types of pies. That's the Old Time Restaurant located on the square in Mountain Home.
7:48. We're chuckling at the
we're gonna go eat.
My goodness, look at that vinegar pie over there.
Hey, my wife, my lovely wife, made me a blackberry cobbler for my birthday of blackberries that grew at the rent house, and I'm still eating that sucker. It's so big, but oh man, whew, I hadn't been across the street to eat none of that pie yet because I've got so much blackberry cobbler.
I got
it's good. Ozark blackberries.
Mountain Home Christian Academy spaghetti supper last night.
Yep, it was good.
Oh my goodness, it was so good. A lot of fun. Yep. It was over at Mountain Home Bible Church.
Yeah, they're on Pioneer Trail.
Pioneer Trail, and those kids did a good job. They did, and wow. They come by and says, "Would you like some more?"
You know, that was almost as good. I went Saturday night to a wild game dinner.
Where was that?
Church of Christ there on Cottage North Street.
Oh man,
they had a wild game. You didn't see that advertised? No. I posted it and it was advertised. We had coon chili.
Ooh, that's good.
Bodine balls. I call them boudins. They corrected me at Road and Bridge yesterday. They had pulled pork off a wild hog, elk stew, deep fried.
They have any snakes?
Hey, you know what venison is?
Yeah.
I learned this from a 10-year-old yesterday that night. Venison, you know what that is? They had some, it said cooked venison, and it was delicious. I like venison. Venison is cooked deer meat. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Have any rattlesnake?
No, they didn't, and we need to fix that. But because we were talking about it at one of the tables there, and the lady kept turning her nose, and I said, don't do that until you try it.
A couple years ago.
Yeah, they did. I've had it before.
I ate skunk there once.
Yeah.
They had a skunk stew.
But then they had the goose, the duck, the dove, wrapped in bacon and roasted, and they had the sliced meat.
You like duck?
I didn't eat any of that. I got some of the dove, but I didn't get any of the duck. My wife eats some of the goose. And they had some other things. We didn't have any bear or skunk this year. I'm thinking beaver, but it's good.
Yeah, those wild game dinners.
But yeah, they're good. But yeah, you got that. That's why I say it. And on the desserts, oh man, they had some Dutch oven peach cobbler.
Oh,
they had some peach cobbler.
That's good.
Yeah,
peach cobbler made in a big cast iron skillet, and then they had one in the Dutch oven. Pecan pie, that. I went all day Saturday after my bowl of cereal that morning. Didn't eat till I got to that wild game dinner. Now I'm telling you, I was full when I got home. I'm sure you.
You put it on, did you?
This old hillbilly could eat that stuff now.
The Ozark County, Missouri, showing up.
That's
in one
right.
Of those, right?
You bet you. We weren't proud.
We
shy.
Eat it. What's the best way to do rattlesnake? You fry it, or how you do rattlesnake?
I don't know. I've never cooked
deep
it.
Fry
I've
it just
eaten
like.
But I've never.
Oh, deep fry it.
I can tell you. Can I tell you my rattlesnake story?
Yeah, go ahead.
We're supposed to be talking business, folks, but we'll get back to it.
Oh, this is business.
We were hanging out down in Mississippi where my wife was from, and her sister-in-law and the girls all went to town to shop. You know what girls do. And her brother and I were kind of running up and down the roads causing havoc and checking things out. It was the time of year you didn't deer hunt. We probably were doing it anyway. But we happened along on a gravel road and come across an eastern diamondback rattlesnake, nearly 3 foot long. And we chopped his head off and run over him and killed him and gathered him up and said, we got this idea. The girls gone to town. They kind of expecting us to have lunch ready when we come back. So we did. We hauled that thing home. We wasn't far from the house, and we skinned it out and cut it up in little short pieces about that long and said, we'll just tell them it's chicken. We're just so proud of them girls, we'll just feed it to them. And boy, we did. I don't know what we had fixed with it. Not much of anything, I assure you. But we had that snake all cooked up. You see how white that piece of paper is? That's how white rattlesnake is. I mean, it's beautiful looking meat. And they were chowing down on it, believing it was chicken. And this is good. Where did you all find this? It was crawling across the road up there.
How long were you at the doghouse over that one?
But they liked it before we told them what it really was. We didn't lie to them for very long. But it is good. It's rich.
Yeah.
And turtle is rich, too.
Yeah.
So how'd you cook the rattlesnake? Deep fried?
Just deep fried it.
You
breaded it and deep fried it. But it is just, I mean, once it cooks, it's just it's the whitest meat you ever see.
Wow.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Quorum Court tonight?
Yes, Quorum Court is tonight. We've got a real short agenda, but the great thing that we're going to have tonight, if you'd like to hear that, is Miss Kim Crow-Shaner, the director of the Baxter County Library, will give her annual report to the Quorum Court. And we always look forward to that, and she'll hand it out. So she'll be there to start off with and do that. And then we got 3 little items going on the agenda, not much. Get started off with our new JPs that we have, 5 new JPs, and they're getting educated and coming along, doing a great job. We got a cleanup ordinance, which is the big one, and we're moving that when we overspend in some lines and we have money left over, before we get audited, we have to correct that and make all the lines come out even, and then the legislative audit can look at our books. That's on the first one of them is on the agenda tonight, and then moving some other money around the sheriff's office and health department. But that's pretty much it for tonight.
Boy, you're going to be in and out in no time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, last month we had we're going to have to try to find more of this, of agencies that like to report to the quorum court, especially that we support in the county. But last month we had the Area Agency on Aging and the Van Mater Senior Center come present to it, and the quorum court loved it. They learned some things because the county out of its budget supports that agency as we help with the library, but and some other things, and so it was really good for them to know where we sending this money to, because they'd never heard that, and of course we have a lot of the new ones, and that was a really good report. So we look forward to the library tonight. They do a lot of wonderful things out there.
Were you shocked at how many meals on wheels and the senior center does?
No, I kind of kept up with it. I knew that, but see, we have in Baxter County, our money goes to the Area Agency on Aging in Harrison, and it's redistributed. And of course, they have their own report and their own fundraising. But we have 2 senior centers in Baxter County. Did you know that? There's one in Big Flat.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
There's a senior center in Big Flat.
I didn't know.
And they operate, and I've been to a couple of their meetings and wonderful people down there, and so we have that one we get a report from too. But now that Kim is going to come by tonight and give the library, she's always anxious to give that. We're anxious to hear it, so we'll be looking for maybe more reports like that for the court and the public to know what we're doing for you.
Good.
Progress on the jail is coming. We got the walls up. Have you seen you looked at the website lately?
You keep talking. I'll pull it up here so we can show it.
Because we got the walls. I don't know if they got the floor poured yesterday for the exercise yard. I know we're getting close to that, but there's walls coming up that we get ready to pour the second floor and add on to it. Top right, jail expansion. Right
there it is, right there. Yeah.
And then there you go.
Oh,
the
there
picture.
we go. Wow.
Yeah, they've got that.
Well, I bet the sheriff is pleased.
Yes, that's good. It's must be a little too cold this morning, I reckon. Y'all need some heat wave, but they've got that. What you see, the gravel part there is where they're getting ready to pour the floor. Looks like they've got the plumbing and the electrical in that, and they got it smoothed out and ready to pour the floor. So that's good. And then behind those block walls, behind those 2 doors you see, there will be a floor over those walls, and there's probably, it looks like they were starting to begin the forming up for that floor, because there will be a second story on that.
I started saying there's going to be another
story there. There's going to be 2 levels. Yeah. And so they're getting ready to form that up, and they've got the first floor walls up. So that's progress. It's good to see. Because of the weather and a couple of other reasons, we're delayed and behind, but they kick it in there and take off and really get some stuff done when they work.
What's the temperature variance for pouring concrete? 13 degrees outside. They'd have to pour the calcium to it.
It needs to be above freezing.
Overnight. You don't want to add that much calcium.
No.
Yeah.
Not this temperature.
Yeah.
So at least you say above freezing, you need what, 40, 45, 50?
You're saying you don't want to leave here and go over to the White River and float down and catch a brown tomorrow? Man,
let's go.
There were people out there with it raining in this weather.
Where's that live shot again?
I'll have to go home and get my clothes. I don't have my clothes with me.
Here's the live shot.
But anyway, there we go.
Anybody out there floating?
They're pumping 6 generators. Can you tell?
Oh yeah, boy, it's full.
I just looked it up. They're running. Y'all be careful out there, because they're running about 6 generators at both shows, and they're running the equivalent of 3.5 at Norfolk. So all the rivers are full. They got
trying to get the lakes down before spring.
Yeah. Well, Norfolk, they're dropping it. Somebody told me yesterday it's equivalent of 8 inches a day.
Wow.
They have dropped it. They've got both generators been running nonstop for about 4 or 5 days now, and they've got the 6 gates open 1 foot, which is another 4,500 cubic feet per second. So they're pumping 10,500 or so out the Norfolk Dam, which is it's a lot of water. The 2 generators going to run over 7 or 8. So
final thoughts.
Well, it's going along another year in 2019 in Baxter County. We're doing it. You get to hear and call us if you'd like something for us to talk about. You send in questions, let me know. Email me, judge@baxtercounty.org. And keep up with the legislature. They're doing our bidding down there. We need to let them know how we feel about things, but you got to know what they're talking about. I have a problem with some of my other county judges. They fly off the handle before they know what the truth is. And you don't want to do that. You want to support them when you can and let them know when you have a concern. That's the way you approach that. But a lot of things going on. Making our plans for our summer construction jobs at roads, and Oh, April 6th, I'll get you this announcement. We'll get you a brochure. We're going to have a big yard sale for Baxter County Animal Shelter at our building there on the square. The first day of Farmers Market in Baxter County is April 6th, and we want to invite everybody to come to that because we got big news coming from the money we raise.
With that, we'll say have a happy day. See you tomorrow, everybody.
Thanks
you.
For
being our judge.